This YCN segment is brought to you by H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating, your local energy specialist.
Welcome back, YCN Sports Talk. Jeremy Stout, Rob Taylor in studio, and we move to the Red Sox. For those of you who maybe stayed up late for the game or caught the highlights on SportsCenter this morning, obviously a lot of highlights, especially from the offensive side. David Price, we'll get into him, didn't pitch too deep into the game, but the offense coming right out of the gate. Mookie Betts leading off the game off Ohtani. Everyone thought this was going to be a battle of pitching, and the Red Sox offense exploded. They started early, and they kept it going with 3 total home runs for Betts, plus 2 more for the rest of the team.
Yeah, this has been already a fun season to watch the Sox. Certainly seems like just absolutely different team than we saw last year.
Yes.
And I started to try to ask myself why that is and sort of burrow in a little bit deeper to get some of the sort of what's going on kind of component a little bit. And one of the things that I found in doing a little bit of reading on this subject is the trajectory of the ball off the bat.
Yep.
In the case of the Red Sox, 2017, they led the league, I think, in double play balls. They were putting it on the ground, which in baseball is not a good thing. You want to launch the ball. You want to drive for power, obviously. Right. But putting the ball in the air is going to have more production, more productivity in terms of scoring runs, keeping the ball in play and making the games go on and on. And so that certainly seems to be what's happening. I see some of the statistics. Guys like Mookie Betts are launching the ball, and it's a noticeable difference from last year. I don't know whether there's a new hitting coach or something about the way that they're swinging. Guys like Bogarts and even Brock Holt last night are putting the ball off the bat at the angle like this, which is translating into runs being scored and games being won, and it's actually been really fun to watch. I think now we've got some confidence. It's kind of snowball a little bit, so.
Well,
we'll see.
And you know, people would say, well, they've only beaten a bunch of bad teams. They beat Miami, obviously, Tampa Bay, some bad teams, Baltimore. But then they beat the Yankees, and the Yankees are supposed to be the best team in the American League East. But now it looks like they're struggling a little bit. A tough loss last night to the hands of the Marlins. And then they go on the road and they beat the Angels. And Ohtani, who was supposed to be a great pitcher, and he probably will be, but he obviously ran into a little bit of trouble and got really beat around. I think he lasted, 2 or 3 innings, came out because of a blister. And you're right, it's that launch angle that they're all talking about, and an uppercut swing. And you got to be careful because you don't want to be popping it up. But yeah, you're right. The Red Sox have the new hitting coach, and for some reason it's working. And you do wonder, obviously they're not going to be able to do this all season. I mean, they're 14-2 right now, pretty ridiculous. But what is real and what might regress? I mean, obviously you like to think Mookie Betts is going to continue this, but is everyone going to?
Yeah, I don't know. I would imagine things will. I mean, baseball tends to be a very streaky game where teams get on a roll or get in a slump, and that's kind of the storyline, so to speak, because they play so many games and it's literally night after night after night. It's a slog. We'll see how it goes. But I've just enjoyed watching them play. And I would throw out Mookie Betts as an example of what they're doing. I mean, you see the balls he's putting in the bleachers.
Right.
He's going down, out of the strike zone. He's hitting balls that he shouldn't be even swinging at, and he's crushing them over the fences. And so, like I said, I'm really encouraged, and I mean, this is going to be an exciting year because I think we've actually got a team with some new dynamics. J.D. Martinez and guys like that. That can go a ways maybe into the playoffs. We'll see.
And J.D. Martinez, as you mentioned, the newest addition, and he's finally hitting the ball. He took him a while, but he's gotten hot. He hit the grand slam last week, another home run, a big game. Benintendi after a slow start. And you're right, the other thing that I've noticed about the Red Sox they're going after is being more aggressive. Last year they were all about on-base percentage. They wanted to get on base. Well, that slowly changed in baseball. It used to be on-base percentage with the Billy Bean and the Moneyball. Now it's the power, and it's like the Giancarlo Stanton, Aaron Judge. It's almost either a strikeout or a home run, and they'll sacrifice those situations because they want the home run and the launch angles, the aggressiveness. You're right. That first pitch that's hit was out of the strike zone, I think.
Like the golf ball.
Yeah, and it hit off the outfield, off the rocks or whatever are out there. So it's interesting. Now we just have to make sure the pitching staff is there. Eduardo Rodriguez has been struggling a little bit, and then Pomeranz is coming back. Hopefully that pitching staff, once we get some warm weather once again, they'll come into shape and a couple of starts under their belt.
Absolutely, seems to be that. I mean, we're would you say 15-2 now?
Yeah, 14-2. I think.
14-2, and
yeah.
so I mean, confidence is definitely there. I think everybody knows that we've got the pitching that can take us places. So
I know it's early in the season,
It's
but we're
still
confident. Hey, let us have our fun here
still
in
April,
New England.
and it's
right?
cold.
Yeah, exactly. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll talk some football. Obviously, draft coming up in about a week or so, but still, Patriots off season. A lot of questions to be answered. We'll see if those are answered before the draft, after the draft, or in the beginning of the regular season. We'll take a break. You're watching YCN Sports Talk.